You know, traveling with my family as a child was always an adventure. Oh, I'm not saying it was always a good adventure, but it was always an adventure. Because of the Colonel's mechanical prowess, our cars were always secondhand, fixer-uppers, redesigned, recommissioned, refurbished. Because of that mechanical creativity, we were always breaking down on the side of the road. Now, when that happened, Dad would pull out the magic toolbox. You know, the one that had string, wire, electrical tape, duct tape, every tool and gadget known to man. He would roll up his sleeves and get in there and get greasy up to his elbows, and somehow usually manage to fix the problem, at least well enough so we could limp into the next town to secure a more permanent fix. Every now and then, though, the problem was bigger than his skills and his magic toolbox could fix. Maybe there was a part that was needed, or a weld that duct tape just could not hold, even for a little while. When that happened, there we would sit by the side of the road, waiting for some good Samaritan to come by and give us a hand. Because of that, my father stopped to help long before cell phones brought roadside assistance directly to your car. My father stopped to help every time. It didn't matter where we were going, what we might be late for, what he was wearing. It didn't matter. Dad stopped to help every time. Now, sometimes the addition of his skills and his magic toolbox would fix the problem, and the stranded motorist would be on their way. Sometimes we would be the ones offering the ride into town to secure a new part. Again, I don't ever remember questioning Dad's judgment in such occasions. I'm pretty sure Mom probably had a few words with him every now and then. But again, it just always seemed to work out for him. I remember one specific time we stopped to help a family stranded outside of Quemado, New Mexico. Now, just in case you don't know, Quemado is halfway between God's nowhere, New Mexico, and never heard of it, New Mexico. The family was Hispanic and spoke very little English. Now, in the late 60s, that was quite a bit less common than it is today. They had 3 very small children and 1 very much on the way. Dad pulled out his magic toolbox. He and my mother, early on in their marriage, had been stationed at Torrejon Air Force Base outside of Madrid, Spain. He had a little bit of Spanish under his belt. And between the two of them, Dad's broken Spanish, the stranded father's broken English, and sign language, they managed to communicate. They rolled their sleeves up, got in there together, started muttering, and went to work. Being all too familiar with this process, my sister and I grabbed a box of toys and a bag of crackers out of our car and sat down to keep the little kids company, to keep them out of Dad's hair. They worked and they tinkered and they muttered. Morning turned into afternoon, and still they tinkered. Afternoon turned into almost evening. Right before sunset, the stranded father got back into the cab and tried it one more time. The engine sputtered and sputtered and then roared to life. The Colonel bellowed in triumph, grinning ear to ear. The stranded mother began to cry, and her children, each in turn, ran up and threw their arms around my father's knees. The stranded father brushed back what would have been tears and offered my father a greasy handshake. Vaya con Dios, mi amigo. Vaya con Dios. My father started to shake, crying visibly as we watched their taillights drive off into the sunset. Pay attention, kid. Today, we were significant. Anyone can be successful. Choose to be significant. Have a great day.